Okay. Hello, it's Jane. My camera that faces me isn't working today, so I'm saying hello from here, and maybe I'll be able to turn it on as we travel along, but at the moment I don't know why it's so flat and it's not charging, so it is what it is. Okay, my friends. It's very nice to see you, Penny and Julie and Zandra, April, Miss Ben, Sarah, Amira. Oh, wow. Oh, it's lovely to see you. I didn't. April as well. Oh, it's nice to see you all. Okay, so Tippy Toes pens. That's what we are talking about today with the Art Vent calendar all the way down here. And that book is going to fall on me. I don't need it there. It is so hot and humid here today. I've got my little dog here, my little popcorn. Hello, lovely boy. How are you going? What a lovely life you have. Because you're so lovely. But you're going to have to move, my darling. I'm going to have to move you. I'll put you on my lap for a bit and see how you go. There we go. Okay. So what we're talking about today, these are the Tippy Toes pens. These are the cute little boxes. There are 3 sets, and I very often split things into sets so that you can collect them, you know, gradually rather than getting everything. But we always usually, I think it's always, have a bundle when we have these sets, so that if you do decide to get everything, it's just a little bit cheaper for you. It's a way of us saying thank you. Yes, so this is them. Oh, little man, I'm going to pop you down on the ground. You go and sit on that cushion and look at me. Good boy. Lords and ladies, dangerous liaisons, called courage. And the reason these are called Tippy Toes is because they have this really long brush, fine tip. This is an acrylic ink, and it's a different formula that is in the Brush with Fame and the Paint Over pens, but these are all part of the same family because they're the no-shake type of paint pen, as opposed to like the musical markers, which, I think there's 66 colours in the musical markers, and there's 2 nib sizes. There's the large and the small, and metallics and the whole thing. But those ones you shake up, and they're a little bit more opaque. These ones are just a different technology. Everything is different colours because I'm just trying to give you excuses to have everything and have all that variety, because that's what I like. But, you know, and because I'm the designer, that's sort of my way goes, really. Right. The Brush with Fame, yes, the black lettering. This and this gorgeous creature, fantastic for lettering. This was always my favourite for that thick, bold brush tip lettering. But I must say, this is finer, this is a bit bolder, so it just depends what you need. But I'm going to keep them both here. I'm going to keep my mirror here as well, because I'm going to continue this process of finishing the journal, because we're close. And I even went and treated myself to a new journal last night, and love them so much. How cute are the little boxes? They remind me of like chocolate boxes, you know, fancy chocolate. This is a little overview of all the colours. Before we move on, just let me quickly say some of the colour names are very, very funny. The white, powdered wig. Upper crust, the quality, chandelier, polite society, tiara, landed gentry, peacocks on the lawn, peer of the realm, corset. These are colour names. Blue blood, manor-born, countess, genteel, vicomte, love letter, marquise. Pale and interesting, fluttering fan, pompadour, petty, jealousy, courtesan. I have a lot of fun naming things. Yes, it is true. So anyway, they're the cute little boxes. You can keep them in those boxes. Best to store them horizontally, as is with all paint pens. Where are we up to? Are you happy with continuing on with our little journey of finishing the journal? I can say finishing because everyone's version of finishing something is very different. Mine, I feel like I've finished it when I've filled it with colour for a start, maybe some drawings. I mean, always actually, but and then, yeah, that text just makes pages feel a little bit finished. They don't have to be bold like that, especially if I put that in white or in that silver. It still definitely stands out, but it just gives it a different look. I just have to look again. And the thing about journaling is it's completely about you and what you want to do. It's got nothing to do with anyone else on the planet. Journaling is just a very personal journey, and that's what, it's not for anyone else. Like most art forms you're creating for other people, journaling you're not. It's for yourself, and it doesn't really matter if you share it or not. I like to, but I must say the reason I'm sharing it is not because I have this innate desire to share my journals, because they're pretty rough. It's more I just want more people to do it, to try it, because I think it's really beneficial, and I mean I just love this art form and mixed media and this total freedom that I have to create whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And the only judgment is myself. Well, I mean, obviously, if I don't think about people watching, yes. And it's all practice. Like if you are, I mean, this is my art form. I don't really then carry these over onto canvas. There's always the chance that I might at one point, but this is what I do. This is what I like to do. And yeah, just sorry, I'm looking, I'm regarding, I'm deciding what does this need, just make it, just what are some little finishing touches that I could add. So I'm using my little friend, the fluffy white clouds. Don't forget to add that to your parcel, they're free. Just on the proviso that you have to sharpen it with a blade, and then it will likely crack and misbehave itself, and if it does, you just use the stub and off you go. And that it is what it is, and it is a very, very soft pastel pencil, the most divine creature, but it has its foibles. Best you. I'm just making this lighter ink stand. I want it to be light. Do the best you can. I can always come in and super duper charge the text. See how it cracked there? So what I might do is just pull that out, and I'll just continue on. Don't let anything stop me from writing can. Yes, you can. Oh, except I made it not you. I made it some other letter. So I shall come in again. Again. Do the best you can. Sometimes that's all you can do. Went to my friend's house last night for a impromptu dinner, and it was lovely. And oh, the girls that were there, it was a girls' night. It was all people I haven't met. My friend I knew, of course. And one of the girls was a tattoo artist, or is a tattoo artist. Totally and a lot of the girls had so many incredible tattoos. One of the girls like does gentle horse training, like where you don't break the horse in, you're just nice to the horse, which just sounds so much better. And and she had a tattoo of a unicorn Pegasus on her arm. It was gorgeous. And yeah, it was just fun. So I was thinking, like, you know, it was just early days. But after I've got all my henna scars anyway, may as well. I loved having that henna, even though it scarred me in Egypt. But I really did enjoy having the patterns. Anyway, blah, blah. This is what just fiddling around with little doodly-doos just makes me chit-chat to you. Hey, Carrie, how you going? Ah, yes, the tippy toes. So let's get some little tippy toes tippily-toppling around. So this is actually a little page of come on, brain. Layer cake, working on the colour wheels and finalising colours, and it's fun for me to have that little record of my life, really. So this is just something that I love doing, just decorating swatches that are sitting in there. And then rather than them just being, I don't even have to do every single one, rather than them being a page of swatches, obviously, my work, I'm just turning it into something else. Because when I do swatches, I must say, it's not always for reference. Like once you learn your colours, it just helps you learn your supplies. Do you go back and look at it as swatches? But then just because the way I do things is one thing, that doesn't mean that's the way other people do their things. So when you swatch stuff out, do you go back and reference it? It could be handy though. I'm working on a little something because I do with my Pigments of Imagination, that little book. But so often things that I do are purely because it's fun to do them. It's fun to do them. And why else would I be drawing on top of other swatches? It's just fun to do. And in life, it's okay to have some things that are fun, purely fun to do. That's all right. We are allowed to do that. This colour, this is Upper Crust, and I think it might kill me with its beauty. Now these you should store horizontally, and I said yesterday I don't. I store them, I alternate them, but I'm using these quite often. Almost every time I create, you see me pulling out Tippy Toes here and there. And then if they start to feel a bit juicy, like one of them did then, I tip them all up the other way. And it's just letting the ink drain down. So I noticed this one felt a little dry yesterday. Now that could be because I've used it a lot and I've run out of the ink. Could also be that I've dragged it through wet acrylic, didn't let it dry, clean it off properly. Or I just had to put it on its head for a little bit and let the ink come raining down, and that's the answer. That was the answer, because she's going good now. So this is Powdered Wig. Oh, I just need to clean her little face. Beautiful. So just even adding just a few of those little dots and embellishments like that, to me the page just takes on a different little entity, and I've had fun doing it. And you discover new colour combinations when you're doing stuff like this. Things that you might not normally put together. Especially if you're just trying to use every colour, like set up a little goal for yourself. Where say if you've got a set of these colours, try and use each one at least once. And then like just set up a little game where if you use, you know, just each colour once or each colour twice, depending on how many swatches you have to do or how many little things you have to fill up. And that sort of, it's just a little gymnastics for your brain to latch on to. You can do things like, okay, and the pattern has to be the same. You know, when you're using it, you have to put the same pattern on different colours. So you're not allowed to repeat the colour. And then each time you do a different colour, it has to be a different pattern. So it can be dots, but see how those were random. These were sort of going on a diagonal. I might do another one where it might be little tiny dots. And then I have to do that 3 times. And these little, oh, did that bird hit the window? No, he didn't. He flew off. Okay, phew. So that little pattern I just have to put somewhere else. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, line, line, 1, 2, 3. Because you run out of all the lines this way, you run out of those ones pretty quickly. So you've got to come up with some other little patterns. And it just makes the page a little bit more interesting. So then when it's like this, it's sort of quite playful. Go where your heart takes you. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I do anything other than that. I'm too busy working on my own grass to notice if yours is greener. You must have an almost irrational self-belief that propels you forward despite any chaos or failure around you. Oh, so Lisa Messenger is the author. Okay, so some of these are hers. Have unwavering ability in myself to succeed. Oh, I'm ready to step into my authentic self. Hey, Zozzy. Worry less, smile more. Don't regret, just learn and grow. Oh, be strong but not rude. Be bold, don't be a bully. Be humble but not timid. Be proud but not arrogant. Be confident but not cocky. Okay. I'm grateful that my life is so happy. And you know what? It doesn't have to be happy all the time. What about if we said, when my life is happy? Because it's not, it might not be happy every single day. And that's okay. When my life is happy. I'm just going to put grateful. Oh, that's a nice little, yeah, be grateful when your life is happy. Yes, I like it. Grateful when life is happy. Okay, nice, nice. Very nice. Just a little bit of fluffy white clouds. Oh, I need something stronger for this here. Gosh, that was fun going to see Ramses. Oh, I'd love to see the new Cairo Museum. I have to make that happen. Buy less, choose well. That's Vivienne Westwood. Yes, Vivienne Westwood. That's a famous one. Oh, be grateful for every second of every day you get to spend with the people you love. Life is so precious. See, that's a lot of pressure. I've got to say that. Be grateful for every second of every day. Do you sometimes find quotes are a bit preachy and a bit... it's a bit demanding. It's hard for me to be grateful every second of every day. But you could wish to be grateful for... What about if we appreciate? Being grateful sometimes, yeah, it's too much action. Now, will this stand out, this colour, enough? But yes, see, these ones need a little halo, because they're little angels on earth. The ears aren't big enough. If that's poppy, the ears aren't big enough. Well, it's just a girl, it's not a... Doesn't have to be anyone. Oh, so cute. Right, let me have a little look for questions in case there's something I can ask you. Oh, Melissa just got her art supplies today. Oh, good. Jenny says she uses a swatch book for reference, and she uses that one. Certainly, if you've got a big collection, very, very handy thing to have. And I must say, when I had my water journal, my watercolour Bible, I used to refer to it all the time. But then you just sort of learn the things, I guess. Anyway, and we're all different. Okay, so this is the skull ink that I've got here. And then in the background, this looks like Pigments of Imagination. This looks like a bit of tattoo ink. Oh, sorry, I've got the hiccups. And there's a bit of gold in there too. There's something sparkly happening. I don't know what though, and I can't remember what that is. Something. Meet your markers maybe, because it looks like watercolour marker, but I need to put something in here. Spend time with the people you love. That's good. Yes. Precious people. What about if we just put precious people? I don't want any pressure today. I don't want any pressure. Precious, yes. Pressure, no. Precious. That's what we've got today. And the colour that I just used is Creme de la Creme. So the Tippy Toes have this beautiful metallic ink. With that long, long tip. Oh, let's bring that behind her. And connect the pages. So this is connecting, this is connecting. Yes, we've got some gold. I think we still will have something here. Who knows? I don't know. It's my book, but I don't know. Caruso the Dreamer asks, Did I go to art school? No, I did not. If so, what degree did you get? I did not get one. I have no degrees. Do you feel it helped you with your art career? I'm sure it does help some people. I'm sure it helps people. But I mainly have just learnt. I couldn't really call myself completely self-taught because I've done a lot of short courses. So I did a fashion school. Sometimes short courses, anything that's not like a year long. So I've done all sorts of things that have been, a couple of days a week for months. I went to the School of Fashion, Colour and Design, but I don't think that was a degree. I think it turned into a degree later, but I went in the early days. I just took the knowledge and off I went. Certainly, I think if you're going to be working for other people and using your art like in a commercial sense, like as an illustrator or something where you might be working like where you need to have a job interview, I think you're going to have a degree, aren't you? I'm not the right person. I'm not an expert. I'm just supposing out loud. But if you are just doing your own thing, I'm just going to put this here. I might erase actually. Because I've mainly worked for myself, like the bulk of my life, and been doing my own things. And I didn't finish my fashion degree. I went and worked. I started working. So my mum was in fashion, so I did first year and kind of worked out the part that I loved was the illustration. And I don't know why that didn't occur to me that could actually be a career. Maybe not a super lucrative one, but it's just that's what I loved the most out of and designing. But sometimes you don't have to. It just depends if you're lucky enough to, I had a bit of nepotism there, didn't I? So I had to work hard, like there was no, but I work hard anyway, so that's not an issue. But let's put something here. So no, I don't have a degree, and I've never needed one because I don't have a job. My husband has a degree, but he doesn't maybe he uses it, I suppose, in everyday things. But, we're entrepreneurs. Look at everything you've achieved so far. That's pretty good for Dorothy, but she had to work with people. So the important things, the mirror is the worst judge of true beauty. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's sort of a good one for Dorothy. This is Dorothy here. Dorothy Gay. We don't have to change yourself to be loved because you already are, just as you are. That's very nice. Do more of what you want. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so, these are the decisions. The other thing is going and doing a degree. What a wonderful thing to go and do. Like, it's a good, if you enjoy it and you're getting nourishment from that, then it's a perfect thing to do for yourself. But I when I was at uni, it wasn't that massive expense like it is now. So it was just a different time. Just be yourself. People say the real imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, and magic person that you are. Ask for help. Ask for help more. Another trait of perfectionism is believing that you have to manage everything on your own. Oh, this is me. Not only is it exhausting, it's often unachievable. There is no shame whatsoever in asking for help. In fact, my thing is, by the time I've asked for the help and explained it, I probably could have done it. So I always tend not to ask for help. Sometimes I do. Once I know the person can really just pick up what I'm putting down without me having to explain it too much. Oh, I love you, pen. You are gorgeous. Okay, so I want to do something about Dorothy here. I'm going to use in the navy. So this is one of the new tattoo inks, and I'm just going to do a little bit of free writing. Yes, the thing about Dorothy is her ability to make friends. She could yeah, I'm just writing this about what it is that I like about Dorothy Gale in those movies. Is she just, if she saw that someone needed help, she was there. If she, like her friends, and if she saw that they needed, or someone needed a little bit of a telling off, because they were acting out of order, she, you know, whether she's right or wrong, she acted on that with, you know, I mean, she had integrity, didn't she? So I quite like Dorothy Gale. I think she's a good positive role model. You know, she was caught up in a stir and she had to react with things. She had to think on the go. And she stayed positive. Unlike Alice, who would, you know, like when Alice, she cried, you know, so much that everyone floated away on the tears. She caused a flood. It's okay to cry too, but it's just different, I don't know, it's just different elements of a story. She stayed positive and kept moving forward. And it's a good lesson in there for young girls, I think. Oh, young people, stay positive, kept moving forward. Mysterious forces out of her control. Okay. Well, that's just that's why these sort of quote books I find quite good. Even if I might use the quote exactly as it is, I might use part of it, or just, it might trigger just something completely different. When I'm looking at the artwork that's going on, it's just going to form something totally different. Oh, you've been criticising yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try proving yourself, see what happens. We have to use that somewhere, that's good. You deserve every good thing that happens in your life and more. Okay, well, that's very positive and I love it. But it has triggered me, it's reminded me of one of the housewives of Dubai, Chanel Ayan, who's just the most incredibly beautiful creature. Supermodel, so, you know, just so beautiful. It's great. It's unfair to the rest of humanity, really. We think about it too much, but it's not her fault. She's beautiful, is it? So, but she says, don't ever let anyone else dull your shine or your sparkle. Let them burn. That's what she says, something like that. It's hilarious. But, oh, I love these eyes. Yeah, don't dull your sparkle for anyone. Shall we put that there? Never dulling her sparkle. And we'll make it bold. We'll use this bold pen. And I'll put in an occasional small letter. So I'm not shouting. I don't want all caps there. I might decorate it. Never dulling her sparkle. Oh. And then we can also decorate that, make it even more fancy. I'll bring some of that blue over here, shall I? Yes. Or maybe this blue blood. Never dulling her because I rarely would have text in my journals where I haven't decorated the text as well. Like this is just writing stuff. That's a bit different, but I'm always adding other little bits to the word. So that's definitely not finished. Oh, let's do, that looks great with the bit of, and this is star power here. This colour. Never dulling her sparkle. But she definitely needs a little bit of an ear there, this girl. I think I've been trying to push her hair back a little and pull this back a little over time. I've always just loved her eyes, so I haven't really worked on her much more than that. And do I need to? But I love the combo of the ink and the pencil, because it's just two very different creatures, but they look nice together. Okay, let me have a quick look at questions. Cara Sue, the dreamer, says, how can I convince my mum that I have an art career, that you can have an art career? Just go, you'll just have to go out and do it. She thinks I need to draw every day in order to prove I can. Well, I don't know how old you are, but if you're completely reliant on her financially, you know, because you're young, you know, unfortunately for you, if you're in someone else's house, I think their rules, that's just the way life is. It's other people's rules. Also, remember, if people are laying down the law for you, it's because they care. They don't want you to fail in life, and it's just in their mind. They don't know everything that might be possible with a career in arts. So maybe find, you'll just have to educate her just as you want to be educated. And if you want someone else to pay for your education and pay for your for what you want to do, you have to take them on that journey a little bit with you so that they can rest assured that you aren't going to end up on the streets. This is the concern I think people have. You know, you want people to be happy and live a safe and, what's the word, prosperous life, but a safe life, and people want the best for you. So I think, and sometimes we might read into that, they might doubt your ability, and I think that would be incorrect. They don't doubt your ability, they might doubt the world's reaction, and that you might not, because, I mean, unfortunately, there are many stories of artists dying in abject poverty, and that's kind of like a story that's told. The most famous artists, not all of them, but it's sort of part of the narrative, and of course it suits the people selling the artwork because it makes the artwork seem more miraculous that it happened at all and that it survived because, you know, the person had a very unstable life and all of that sort of stuff. And a lot of them did. Can go along with being creative, you know. But it's not the only way. It's just one element that can be part of creative people's lives. And there's no point saying that it isn't a part of a lot of creative people's lives, because it is. So, if, you know, it is. Things are what they are. There's no point pretending that they're not. So it's just, I think with your mum, you just have to somehow take her along on that journey with you. And if she's not paying for it or anything like that, if you're not asking for someone else to support you, then you just go off and do it yourself anyway. But if you need someone else's help to do it, then you have to take them on that journey with you, because they've spent their time earning that money, and they're going to put themselves at risk for your dreams. So you need to help people make those dreams your dream, them to be able to see your dream. So that's maybe where you can just keep at it. And your mum's not wrong, you do need to draw every day. That's just my personal opinion. But you don't have to draw all day. I don't think maybe that's what she means. It's just that commitment to being creative. My profession is drawing and painting. Oh, here we go. My hobby is drawing and painting. Outside of that, my interests are doing it better and finding supplies that make it even more playful. So you see. But that's just me. And I was talking to this gorgeous tattoo artist, and she's an artist first, and tattooing, she loves it. That's how she earns her living. But she's described herself as an artist first, but she doesn't get time to do much art because she's very, very booked out with the tattooing. And she's in that stage of her life where you've got to really take the opportunities that you have to build towards whatever other dreams you might have. So it's one of those things. It's like being an actress. Anything creative, I think, always has a little bit more challenge if you want to make it your profession, because there's just so many people who want to do it, and it's so subjective. So just tenacity is the number one thing, isn't it? And then just, yes, proving to your, like if someone else has to pay for your dreams, then you need to take them along on that. You need to make what your dream is really clear so that the money that they're spending, you know what I mean? Because sometimes people are going to set aside maybe their own dreams for yours. I'm just waxing lyrical here, not knowing your situation in any way. love all these little ladies here. So these are actually, these turned into the art foamy stamps. Sarah says her cousin is a muralist and went to college for graphic design. I would love to have done that. I wish I had, but I just didn't. I did fashion illustration. I just did lots and lots of different things. Oh, these are the moth, the moth inks, moth watercolors, the pigments. Oh, so this would be fun to do some stamps, but these are all the beige coloured layer cakes. So playing around with those, that's what that was. This could have a little bit of Tippy Toes. Now these aren't quite dry yet, so I'm just going to put that washi there and I'll work on this girl first. And I've got a bit of layer cake under here. I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight under the chin. I remember saying to my, you know, I thought I wanted to be an actress when I was at school. I loved doing drama. I loved my drama teacher more than anything. She was just, Mrs. Hetherington, she was just so lovely, so cool. I just adored her. She was such a wonderful person. She was so nice. Anyway, so my drama teacher, and I said to my dad, oh, you know, I think I might do acting. And he said, I'll literally support you with anything else, because that is going to be a hard thing. And it's not that I don't think you could do it. It's just, you know, you're going to, just whatever he thinks. Now, he didn't say I'm not going to ever talk to you again. He just said I'm not going to financially support you if that's what you're going to do, which is fair enough, you know. And it's up to me to have still done it if I wanted to. But I just was like, oh man, it wasn't, I don't know, just obviously I didn't have that real, it was more of a, oh, wouldn't that be nice? I think it was more, I like watching Dallas rather than trying to be a soap star. And getting dressed up in the wigs and things. But if you're really serious about something, nothing's going to stop you, is it? You certainly can't blame anyone else. It's sort of an adult anyway. But I've got to say, the other thing is, if you absolutely love art and doing your art, you don't have to be an artist as your profession to enjoy art and to do art. That's for sure. You can do art every day. You might even do more art as just doing it for the love of it than doing it professionally. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do it anyway. Just because it's because you learn, and you know, if nothing else, you're building up your portfolio for some other time where you might be able to do a degree. Do it at school. You always will need a portfolio to show that you draw every day and that you're really, really serious about it. It's one of the things that I think is pretty much always what you have to show. Because it's not easy. But boy, is it awesome. Sometimes the easiest things aren't the I know with my actual artwork, sometimes it's the things that give me the most drama and annoyance to get somewhere. It's actually quite, they're the things I'd end up loving the most. So just keep going. That's what I say. What do you guys say? What advice do you have? Doing art as a career can possibly kill your creativity. There is some truth in that too. Oh wow, Jenny says she has a friend who paints prosthetics for people with amazing art to personalise for them. I love that. I saw Frida, she had painted her leg, her prosthetic leg, in her house at Mexico City, and she had beautiful shoes on it and had flowers. Or someone had painted it for her. I don't know if she had or had it painted, or but isn't that wonderful? And one of my artist friends, she became a beauty tattooist, and she can do, you know, anything on the face. But what she really wanted to do was help people who'd had breast cancer surgery and needed to have their bits and pieces put back on, painted, tattooed back on. So, and I mean, it is art, and it changes people's lives and the way they feel about each other. It's an incredible way to share art, and she's like, you know, she can paint anything, and she chooses to help people in that way. It's wonderful, and express herself in that way. It's so cool that she can help people like that and use her skills. Like, so realistic, like nipples that look 3D on the new breast. It's just amazing. So whenever she posts on Instagram, she has to put big disclaimer, like, don't, this is a painting of, this is to show what's possible, you know, it's not a nudie-roody thing. So I don't think she's had any posts removed, so that's good. Got carried away by a rainbow. I think she needs something here, don't you think? So I also need to, once I've done my text as well, what I might just go and give, I'll do a little spray and just remove any little, just everything will stay a bit pristine. So I've got layer cake, I've got pastels, I've got goodness knows what on every page. It looks like acrylic here. I love her. She's sort of just vibing out. Do more of what you want. Make peace with past, it's over. The future is yours to create. I quite like that. Future was hers to create. Creating a future. Dreaming of the future. Creating a future. And do you think black? Maybe, let's go, what about this? Countess. Creating a future. It's not going to stand out enough. So before that dries, what I can do, because I'm on acrylic, I believe, I can just take that off before it dries. What about silver? Oh, maybe black, but I might do metallic black. Creating her future, dreaming, creating her future. there's a funny noise outside. I'm just going to check it. My mum's friend's cat got eaten by a snake. Hey guys, what are you doing? Everything's good? Yeah, my mum's friend, her cat went, the snake was around and it had lots of lumps in its body, and they knew that, but you know, that means that it's fed and they're part of nature. You're not allowed to kill them anyway. Anyway, it ate her cat, her darling cat, so they're just, ugh. Like, they scare me, so I've got the heebie-jeebies. So I could hear a noise, like a swish swish noise, and in my mind I'm thinking it's an anaconda trying to peck its way through the door. It's learned how to use the sliding door. Oh, Jenny, yes, it does. It's amazing. It's amazing what Karen can do. She's incredible. So she's based in America. She is in, I met her when I went to Egypt, and her, I'll show you her Instagram. I won't show it to you. I'll just tell you, just in case you know someone that's going through that. Karen's Creative Canvas. No, where's her? So that's her personal one. Karen, no, it's called Artistic Permanent Cosmetics. This is Karen, my friend Karen. So she is in Arkansas, where her professional practice is. But yes, she can help with all sorts of different scarring, like what she can do. And also, like, just for your face, just to look pretty. Like, you know, just, but it's scar camouflaging and creating body parts. But yeah, that's her Artistic Permanent Cosmetics. And she's, she would describe herself as an artist first, and this is what she does as well. Very, very creative, helps people. And she's just a fabulous person. She'd be worth travelling to, wherever you are, to go and get someone who's really an artist and good at what they do and caring, and just a generally fabulous person. Okay. Oh, Laura's doing another trip in 2025. So much fun. I'm not a fan of snakes at all. Well, sure, in their habitat, snaking around, fabulous. Do what you want to do. Pop off, sis. But I don't want you in my house. I don't want you anywhere near my dogs, snakes. Okay. So if you're coming near my dogs, I'm just telling you now, your head might be coming off your body. So don't be coming at us. All right. Thank you. They've been warned. Thank you. Been warned. In reality, the greatest defence is run away as fast as you can and call the snake lady. That's the greatest defence, and then she can locate you somewhere else and you can go on living your snaky life. But yes, don't be eating people's cats. Oh my gosh. Nasty. Right. So I think I've got layer cake here. This might be acrylic. I have no idea. It might be watercolour. I don't know. But I think we need a little bit of Tippy Toes magic, don't we? Yes, we do. I'm just getting out all my pinks and blues here to do some, I'm going to have some fun times just right here. Oh, I just love a brush tip. I just love it. So that was Countess. Oh, and there's a new Ultimate Girls trip about to start. Oh, I discovered reality TV when I had COVID, and oh, it's never let me go. I just love the Real Housewives. So there's a new New York one. Dorinda's back. I couldn't be happier. The only way I could be happier in that regard is if Nene Leakes came back to Atlanta. Give the fans what they want, everyone. She's just so funny. Right. I mean, thank you. I'm just vibing out completely over these pens. This just makes me so happy. This is Landed Gentry, and it's just heaven in a pen. I just love it too much. Can you love it too much? Can you love a pen too much? Oh, let's put some of this darker blue. Did I add that to the eyes before? Yes, just to give them a bit more. This here needs a little bit of shaping up. Let's do this. And I think these frills need a little bit more, a bit more jazzercise. Oh, I think they need to contrast a bit more. Let's go gold. Gold's always the thing. I'll start with a softer gold. So this is the quality. That's what the posh people used to be called, the quality. The toffees, the knobs. The toffs. Bringing that little face in a little bit, just giving a bit more structure. Okay, so I've got a little bit of twirling whirling hair. We could bring some, we'll bring some colours over to this one too. I might just, rather than even add text at this point, I'm just going to bring in, so this is a very cool gold, almost going into silver. But then we've got brighter golds here as well. Let's get some of the golds out. So we've got Ceremony, Creme de la Creme, Tiara and Upper Crust. So Upper Crust is going to be, it's more of a bronze or a copper. So it's just a warmer colour. So I'll pop her there, and then this is again, another warm gold. This is Creme de la Creme. And this is going into more of your traditional gold bullion. Okay, and this is Ceremony. So this is a, mind you, this is sort of a gold bullion gold too. And then at the top here, let's do some cool colours that meet up with these reds, carry this sort of colour across. Oh, this colour. This is Corset or Corset. Marianne Sinclair says, Jane, what's the name and author of this quote? So this quote book is Candy Williams, and this is How to Be Perfectly Imperfect. And the other one that I was using was Lisa Messenger's Daily Mantras to Ignite Your Purpose. But really, any quote book is pretty good. But I do love these, but I've got lots and lots of them, and I just try and bring them over, turn them over, so that they all get a chance. And that does give me an excuse to buy more of them, because I'm quite partial to the purchasing of quote books, and if I don't use them, then I feel guilty. So I feel bad for the trees if I don't use them. So I do try and use my quote books as often as I can. Right, so don't you think a little something here? What do you reckon? A little, if you concentrate on what you don't have, you'll never have enough. Oh, be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. More. Oh, don't you dare for one more second surround yourself with people who are not aware of the greatness that you are. We can put this here. Be aware of the greatness in your life. See, and these girls are being aware of each other, and they are each other's greatness. Or they're looking at the greatness. So the pen I just used then, that's the Wonder Writer. I just love this very fine tip. But do you know the other one that's very nice is this little, the fine tip that's in the Mr. Right. It's a gel pen. So it's going to get clogged up with lots of, if you've got pigment sitting, that could clog it up because it's just very, very fine. They don't deserve your self-doubt, sadness, worry, and your smile is way too beautiful to let anyone take away. We could just put your smile, this reminds me of my dad, is beautiful. My dad's communication skills are not what they were, but when I went and saw him last time, I laughed and smiled, and he said it was beautiful, and it was very nice. Sighs. And then you just have to be aware of the greatness that is in your life. Yes. The greatness in your life and the greatness of your life. Oh, could we put that? Be aware of the greatness in your life and of your life. Because how wonderful to be alive and have a life. Yes. It's all good. Oh, this is all swatches and things. These could all become faces, so that would be a very good little exercise. So this is the Mr. Right. Doesn't need a pen. It is handy to have these pens, But if I didn't have the pen, I couldn't call it a Mr. Right. So we have the pen, all right? It is what it is. And sometimes and I needed a little tiny Mister in my collection. But is the pen there because I wanted to call it Mr. Right? Yes. Is that awesome? Yes. Oh, I think so. Just little blobs with little face. I'm not going to do them really quick too. Hey, Auntie Mame, how you going? Well, my mum sent me a message last night. Oh, she cracks me up. To say, get spades, like shovels around the garden. And then it would be quite handy to have them around the garden. Also, then if something comes at you, which they might, like a snake might come at me, and I can at least defend my dogs. If it's just me, I'm running, okay? I'm running. I'm not there to do battle with a snake. But if it's attacking my dogs, you're out of luck, buddy. Or if you're attacking the niece, the nephew, my sister or my mum, yeah, I'm sorry, you are out of luck. Breathe your last snaky little breath. Because, chop, chop. I speak a big game. There'd be screaming, don't worry. But yes, I wonder if it's better to be prepared and just to know in yourself, okay, if that happens, this is how I'm going to deal with it, and have the tools there just in case, then just not. This pen, I'm slightly having a conniption because I am loving it. Don't you feel like, if you haven't used an art supply for a little while and you've been using other things and then you remember or you use it for whatever reason and you're just like, why do I not use this every day? Why am I not permanently chained to this pen or whatever, pencil, whatever it is? I'm having that kind of feeling about this pen. But do I have that about all of my pens? Probably. And if you want to learn a little bit more about drawing faces, I've got workshops about it as well, books. You can use stamps and whatnot in the meantime. So I'm not showing my Tippy Toes, but maybe we'll do Tippy Toes on the other side. How about that? Okay. But the Tippy Toes, this is very, very fine. What about if we use, I'll do a Tippy Toes one and we'll see how that's different. And maybe I should look this way. Look, do you know what? Even when I'm painting the swatches, I'm just painting swatches here of a paint. They even look like faces facing that way to me. And they're blobs, aren't they? Or I haven't painted them as a face. Like, oh my gosh. Gus, we have to remember, we have to go and get the spades as well, the shovels. Oh. Oh, thank you. Can you help me remember? And snake-proof the garden. Even if I just wave it threateningly, it might go away. Horrific. And this doesn't happen all the time in Australia, like snakes just flying out of everywhere. But because we do love nature and we well, some people try and look after it, not everyone, unfortunately, but, you know, people love to have a garden and all of that sort of thing. You know, we do love wildlife, it's okay, just, and there's a lot of it around, which is good. This colour and this colour. Do you know what, though? I don't like the faces in this, though. I think I prefer to do this. Some little moodlets. Some wiggly wogglies. So those two can have a face, that's all right. But I'd rather untraumatise myself from snake thoughts with just some shapes, you know. Some doodling, some patterns. That is very a face there, though. Well, face is sort of a pattern, isn't it? Okay, maybe they need hair. Yes. That'd be too much fun. Left-handed blobs, exactly. Stacey says, does she need about the worry about shipping in the winter weather? No, no more than you would be about anything else. Usually art supplies are fine, like unless it's actual Arctic weather, like, and you're walking around, like with watercolour, when it is literally freezing, the water freezes. So I've only seen videos of that because I've never painted. I've never been that cold in my life. So, but I have seen a video of someone trying to do some watercolour and with a pen and all sorts, and everything had frozen. But I've been in weather so humid that my camera stopped working. Like it just, there's a tolerance. That happened in Vietnam, and I was there photographing something for a magazine. And butterflies, if you don't mind. I was photographing a butterfly exhibition. It was just fantastic. And yeah, it was so humid. The equipment couldn't work. My film cameras all, you know, got jacked up, and I had my first digital camera, and Sony had lent it to me, or did they? I think they gave it to me actually. It was a digital camera, like a high-end, one of the first high-end sort of ones, and that kept working, and I almost went digital immediately. It was incredible. Like, whoa, okay. And you could take as many photos as you like. You didn't have film, because the film just got all jacked up and la la la. So anyway, but the question was art supplies in cold weather. Hot weather is harder on art supplies, I think. But no, they should be fine. And because post offices, usually there's a level of climate control for transport of things, because you've got all sorts of things being transported. So there's a level of care there, but yeah, I wouldn't leave them in the snow and have everything freeze, but they should, even a freeze, things should usually be okay. So I've got at least one face on each row, and even that looks kind of cool, like we're getting along in our journey of things. This row needs, and these are just rules that are in my head, they're not rules actual rules for anyone's brain other than myself. But I'm just trying to explain So the rule for here is something on, at least something on each line, and has to be a little bit different. I was going to say, I don't know who makes up these rules. I did. I just made the rule up. Oh, I think this one should be hearts. No, I never do hearts as a pattern. Why not? Hearts are quite lovely, really. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like usually, when things are being created, they're usually created with a wide variety of things in mind. I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to leave it. I wish I'd put that face there though. Oh, but shall we just do one more? Oh gosh, I'm never going to stop. Why should I anyway? I don't want to. But this obviously is some swatches of something. So it doesn't, I mean, how would I make that into something? I don't know. But Pixie might fit into some sort of quote. I don't know what, but it doesn't need to. It's just, it's a journal, so it can be whatever we like. But I like the swatches and then coming over with a little bit of detail. Oh, this is birthday cake in layer cake. I'm going to go in with this. Oh my gosh, we're more than halfway through. I haven't even got that many pages left to go. And this journal is kind of going to be finished. I'm super excited. Oh, self-love, self-care, self-worth. There's a reason they all start with self. You can't find them in anyone else. My naughty brain meant selfish. Just for a minute, stop. Stop ticking off your to-do list. Stop worrying what others are thinking. Stop and think, what do I need right now? Oh, this is what I asked someone last night. What do, in fact I asked two of the girls, just chatting, what do you do? Because I love what I do so much. I find what people do fascinating, and it doesn't matter what it is. To me, it's fascinating with how people spend their days. It just is. So what do you do? But rather than, because some people hate that question, I can see them tensing, like, oh, what do you do? If you change it to this, and each of the girls that I asked this, what do you do that you love? They went from, to, oh, and then dreamy eyes, as I was like, what do I do that I love? Oh, that I love. And I heard about people's music, how they tame horses, and where that came from, and just a lovely, it was really nice conversation, and not like as in, what's your job? It's what do you do that you love? So what do you do that, I haven't even shown you what the question is, what do you do that? So this is a great question to ask new people. Or people you haven't seen for a while. What do you do that you love? Because then that could be their job, that could be someone's hobby, you know, stuff they do with their kids, or I don't know, or just an element of what they do in their daily lives. It's not their whole identity, you know what I mean? Anyway. So it's that brush with fame. What do you do that you, I'm going to put this in here. What do you do that you love? Tell me, what do you do that you love? Oh, Jenny says she worked for Sony in Sydney in the broadcast division as a sales coordinator. We supplied to production houses and TV stations. Met my lovely husband there. He's a broadcast engineer. Oh, that's a beautiful story. Sony were very, very generous to me when I was starting with my... they were wonderful. Like, really wonderful. Yeah. What do you... Oh, might do a different colour on this one. Well, maybe I'll do the blue. And then this is the layer cake in the birthday cake with the changing colours. So you can see it not just shining, but they change colour as the different angles of light go on them. Yeah, very nice people worked there at Sony. What do you do that you love? Oh my gosh. Well, for me, I'm actually going to do something else on there. What do I do that I love the most? I love doing anything with picking out the colours, naming the colours, thinking of new things. What do I do that I love? I mean, there's so many things. For me, I'm just thinking of the question myself. I love my live streaming. I love showing people, encouraging people to do more art. I've got to say that's pretty good. So this is tattoo ink in the black, the original, and I just want the sparkle to show through and I want it to be mostly black. So I'm just going to make this dark, especially on this side, and then it'll fade out. It won't be as dark there, so that can, and I'll have the twinkling through. This is what I'm seeing in my mind. And that is what I got, and it's gorgeous. What do I do that I love? Spray ink. Okay, I spray ink. That's what I do. But it's going to be like iridescent through that. Thank you, Tattoo Ink, for your service. You are so awesome. Okay, my friends. Well, if you've got any last questions for me, I will answer them. And if you've got, we're getting real close, aren't we, to finishing the journal. I think I will definitely be able to do it. What have we got tomorrow? Oh, welcome Matte Pigments. Strangely enough, that is what is on the very next page. This is Welcome Matte Pigments right there. And right here. Perfect. How about that for serendipity? I didn't even plan that out. It just happened. What do you do? And you can think about that for the day. What do you do that you love? Okay, my friends. Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I can't actually see you. Hello. Because this camera, I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. We had a power outage last night, so maybe it just changed a few things. And, oh, actually, I think I might be able to say goodbye to you. Hey! La-di-da! say. I like being able to say hello, goodbye, this and that. And we'll see you tomorrow when we talk about Welcome Mat pigments. That's these gorgeous things. I love them so much. How cute are they? That white. Girl. Fabulous. Thank you so much, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and everything that I showed you, you know where to get it. Davenport.com. You probably have it all anyway. Bye.